Children are precious gifts from God. It is sad that so many of them, millions, go hungry every day, not only across the country, but right here in Bexar County. Hi, my name is Chuck Farmer with Daily Bread Ministries. You know, there are families everywhere struggling financially to put food on the tables. And many of us don't realize just how desperate their situation is. The ministry operates from this giant 163,000 square foot warehouse. Before the action begins, the staff at Daily Bread, along with dozens of volunteers from area ministries, gather at the crack of dawn for a word of devotion and prayer 3 days a week. Following prayer, the volunteers gear up for distribution. Things get really busy in here. We are rescuing and distributing over 4 million pounds of food each year to more than 120 church pantries and rehabilitation centers in Bexar and surrounding counties.
With these hotels, I would see just large volumes of food being thrown away. And through a period of time, the Lord just began speaking to my heart and saying, Seth, you can do something with this. You brothers are loading them up and heading them out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got connected with inner city pastors, and I began hearing their stories of the poverty and the need that they were working with on a daily basis. It wasn't something they were just going to church on Sunday, preaching a message and leaving. They were concerned about their people. And I realized that here's the need, here's the supply, can we put the two together?
The work involves sorting, stacking, moving, and loading goods into cars and trucks for delivery to food pantries. Volunteers like Michelle Cruz from Last Chance Ministries play a huge part in the mission to feed the hungry in our community. At the church, there is unloading, stacking, and sorting by yet another team of volunteers.
God has provided so much for our food pantry. It's amazing how much Daily Bread also helps us. Daily Bread is a big part of the food ministry here.
As the visitors wait for food, their souls are fed.
This is where we got to focus on God and don't worry about anything else. We love you here at Last Chance Ministry.
A guaranteed bag of food. It is an answer to prayer for Albert Sandoval. Times are hard for many people, especially for Albert and his family. He's out of work, and until 3 weeks ago, he, his wife, and their 8-month-old baby and their dog lived in this car. Albert contacted a former landlord who is now letting them stay in this 2-room place in the backyard.
It makes me feel like I'm not the man of the house because she's paying for most of the stuff. And it hurts me, you know. I try not to show it, and, you know. And I love my daughter, I love her, and it's just kind of hard, you know.
Albert and his family are like many others in the San Antonio area who are hungry both physically and spiritually. We have more than 120 different churches and nonprofits that we work with. We call them our ambassadors of hope. One of them is Ethnos Missions, and they have made it their mission and focus to care for the needs of the children in our inner cities.
We got a big tarp, and we're all going to sit on the tarp so we don't get all gross and dirty and stuff like that. Then we're going to eat. Are you guys ready? Okay.
When the Ethnos van arrives in the neighborhood homes of a distressed community, 5 days out of the week, the neighborhood comes to life with the excitement of children. The kids are known by name. Ethnos volunteers like Colleen Williams show them love and acceptance, and the children respond to the dynamic personalities of Pastors Marty and Imogene Gaines, who give them lots of love and attention. They receive lunch bags from Daily Bread.
And little Timmy said, "But please, give me another chance." And Mr. Smith said, "Son, I'm sorry."
And they hear a Bible message.
But how many of you have ever seen a picture of Jesus? Have you ever seen him where he's on the cross?
The children are getting the message.
It's so fun, and they talk about Jesus, and I love Jesus, and I love everyone else.
So we have kids that are desperately hungry. We've walked in and find homes where there's nothing but maybe a little bit of mustard and some picante sauce in the entire refrigerator. We have kids that definitely have a hunger need. And so it's a real and it's a vital need. But you can't really begin to minister to the whole person until you minister to the physical needs. And Daily Bread has helped us to do that.
Food preparation giant Sysco Foods is one of Daily Bread Ministries' strongest sponsors.
I think there's a great opportunity for Daily Bread to reach those corporations or those businesses or those entities out there to come down and actually visit and see the process, see what they do and how they put together the products and get things put together to take back out. I would challenge those businesses to really learn and understand what goes on with Daily Bread and how they're reaching and how they're touching those around us.
It takes contributions large and small to fill this gigantic warehouse we acquired in 2012. The vision God gave Seth continues to expand. We're making plans for a mixed-use cooperative that would partner with other nonprofits to transform our community. We also envision a community center for youth and seniors. Daily Bread Ministries needs sponsors, volunteers, and contributors to continue to feed the hungry in Bexar County and offer healthy life alternatives.
Daily Bread has a long-term perspective. You see, the problems of poverty, systemic poverty in our communities, they are deep-rooted, they're generational, and they can't be cured or fixed overnight. And so I love the fact that Seth and Chuck and that the Daily Bread team has come together with a long-term strategy to work and to labor until we have changed what's happening and the outcomes in this community. And Daily Bread, our city, owes a debt to Daily Bread, and we've got to stand with them and support them so we can continue to do this.
It just breaks your heart when you see the incredible need out there and realize there is plenty supply. It just, can we create the avenues, get the finances to take the supply, collect, receive the supply at our warehouse, and then get it out to the families. And it really is the children that breaks your heart. You see also the senior citizens that are hurting and that have very little hope. So when we can go out into these homes with these resources and to help these families and to see their eyes begin to light up and change and realizing there is something beyond what I'm experiencing right now. There are people that care for me. There are people that love me. There are people that want to help me. That's just exciting.
At Daily Bread Ministries, here in beautiful San Antonio, Texas, there is hope for today, hope for tomorrow, and hope for eternity. Remember us in your prayers.